Hello and welcome to the free training about the true reason for hair loss and hair thinning. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to share with you the three biggest enemies for hair loss that prevent you from growing your hair back, that make it even worse. So let's dive right into it. Before we start, women should never lose their hair, never. It's something you have to understand because nowadays it's very normalized that women lose their hair or they have hair thinning, but that should never be the case. And even teenager or women in their 20s, they even lose their hair, but that is absolutely not normal for the reasons we're going to discuss today. For men, it's a little bit different. I've seen men growing hair back when they eat well, when they do the things they need to do, but male baldness is actually genetic. If you just have like baldness at the back of the head and you're just getting bald, it is genetic. You always hear me talking about, yeah, diseases are not genetic and no condition in the world is genetic. I always say that, and it's true, but baldness is not a disease. Okay, so it's genetic. So what's the true reason for hair loss? What's really going on? The true reason for hair loss are adrenals weakened adrenal glands. And your adrenals are the master hormone gland. Okay, they produce the most important hormones in your whole body. It's a little tiny gland on the top of your kidneys. And they also produce a specific hormone that keeps your hair follicles alive. And if you don't have strong adrenals, you basically can lose your hair, or you can have like brittle hair, or you can have hair thinning because the adrenals are so important for that. And there are some other issues that can happen when you have adrenal fatigue. So a lot of women that have hair loss also have the symptoms that are associated, or that are like that show, or that are signs that you have adrenal fatigue. Other signs of that are energy crashes, like especially in the morning or in the afternoon. You always feel like you need to take a nap at some time. Even during work, you're not even waking up feeling rested. You have sleeping problems. You're tired at work but wired at night. That can also happen. And it feels like, you're just very tired at work. You can barely keep your eyes open. You need to take a nap, but you can. But then you're coming home, and then for some reason you feel more energetic and wired, and even you are somehow tired and you want to go to sleep, you can't even fall asleep. Can be very typical for adrenal fatigue. Dry mouth and eyes, craving salt, craving stimulants, loss of libido in women. Only in women, it's not for men. Men can have very weak adrenals and they can still have a strong libido, but for women it's different, because if you have low libido, the reason for that is it's a safety mechanism from your body, because you need a certain amount of adrenaline to be able to give birth. Okay, birth requires lots of adrenaline from your adrenals. If your adrenals are weak, you don't have enough adrenaline reserves to give birth, and therefore your body is telling you, I can't have a pregnancy right now, I don't want to have intercourse, for that specific reason. It's a safety mechanism. Being constantly thirsty without being able to quench a thirst is also a symptom of adrenal fatigue. Now, the adrenals, if they're weak, that's the main thing for hair loss. Okay, a sluggish liver also can play a role. So let's say you have like dermatitis, itchy scalp because of the toxins that are coming from your liver. You also can lose hair if you have like psoriasis, for example, on your scalp. That can also happen. Um, Radiation can make your hair fall out, but also medication as well. But the main thing is adrenals, weakened adrenals. And that's also the reason why a lot of women get hair loss after pregnancy, because the pregnancy is very hard on the adrenals and they weaken, and then eventually your hair is falling out after it. That's very typical. Any kind of stressful periods, any kind of emotional breakups, emotional things that are happening in your life, everything that spikes adrenaline and cortisol a lot can cause you to lose hair. Sometimes it's even the case when you had a very emotional event, or even like, let's say, an accident, or you lost a loved one. That can be 6 to 9 months ago, And that adrenaline can really injure your hair follicles. And that injury, you can also only sometimes see that like half a year later. So you had that accident or that breakup, or you lost a loved one like 6 or 9 months ago, and the effects of that will show like 6 or 9 months later. And that's also something that's very interesting. So as you can see, it's not as easy. It's a little bit complicated with the hair loss, but just for you to understand, your adrenals play the biggest role if you want to have strong and shiny hair, or if you want to prevent hair loss. Get your hair back, get these baby hairs back that are growing, and then you don't see, the hair clogging down the drain. You stop that hair loss, and you want to have that healthy hair again without having hair loss. And especially when you have alopecia, that's exactly the same. For alopecia, it's 100% an adrenal issue. It's the same mechanism, it's just more severe. What are the three things, the three biggest enemies for hair loss and hair thinning? Okay, most of the people are actually doing this. That's why so many women have hair loss. And the biggest one by far out of all of them is caffeine. Okay, why? Because caffeine prompts the adrenals to release lots of adrenaline and cortisol. Every time you're drinking caffeine, it's not only coffee, it's also matcha tea, black tea, white tea, green tea, chocolate. I'm so sorry, but everything that has caffeine is weakening your adrenals, causing more weakened adrenals, adrenal fatigue, leading to hair loss. It's by far the biggest instigator for that. And the problem often is that when you have weakened adrenals, you crave stimulants like caffeine, because otherwise you can't really go through the day. You can't really function. So it's like a vicious cycle. But in the end, it's certainly not helping with your hair loss. It's actually making it worse. Caffeine is also aging you faster. It's dehydrating you. It promotes more wrinkles because of the dehydration. It's very acidic. And that acidity leads to that your body needs to buffer that acidity with a lot of calcium, which can set the stage. And the problem is that most people don't have enough healthy calcium in their bloodstream from healthy sources like oranges, citrus fruits, or leafy greens. And therefore, your body is using that calcium from your bones and teeth. So it's setting the stage for osteoporosis and losing your teeth. Mineral deficiencies. Caffeine is not only bad for your adrenals, it's so bad for so many other issues. Not even talking about the negative effects on the brain. The other big thing that is so trendy right now is fasting. Okay, if you are not eating every 1.5 to 2 hours, which is the most important thing if you want to grow your hair back, you need to eat very regularly, every 1.5 to 2 hours minimum. Because if you don't do that, your blood sugar drops. And when your blood sugar drops, your main energy source, which is glucose, and nobody can tell you something else, unless when they're telling you you don't need glucose, you don't need sugar, it's wrong. Our bodies run on sugar. So the thing is, if the blood sugar drops, something else has to keep you going. What is keeping you going? Adrenaline from your adrenals. So then that is weakening your adrenals again, because you're running on adrenaline the whole time. The biggest disaster for weakening your adrenals is doing fasting and doing caffeine together. A lot of people are doing fasting and drink coffee. And I get it that some people lose weight with that. That's because you avoid eating fats. It's not because the fasting is so great. It's because you unconsciously are doing something that is giving your body a little bit of a relief. But it's not helping with your adrenals. And there are more healthy ways to support and cleanse your body and heal other than fasting. Fasting down the road is leading to more adrenal fatigue and to more hair loss. And another big thing that 99% of the people are out there, because everybody is brainwashed about protein and fat, is that you eat a high protein, high fat diet. Okay. If you eat high protein, you also eat high fat. It's not possible to eat high protein without eating high fat. Even if you think you eat only the leanest chicken or whatsoever, even if you're, for example, plant-based or vegan, it doesn't matter even if it's plant or animal sourced. Everybody is eating is eating too many proteins and fats. And what's happening then is that it raises blood fat. Okay, and that forces, when you have raised blood fat, it puts a bigger strain on your heart. And your body is trying to counteract that, and your body forces the adrenals to put to produce adrenaline to thin out the blood, reducing the strain on the heart, and that's weakening the adrenals again. So the problem is that all of these things, a lot of people are doing them. Almost everybody's on caffeine, almost everybody eats high protein, high fat diets, leading to more hair loss, more adrenal fatigue, more liver issues, more weight gain. And don't get me wrong, I know people get results on clean eating, so to say, and eating still high protein. I'm not denying that. But if you have chronic illness, this won't get you anywhere. For healthy people, it might work for a limited amount of time. They still overburden their liver and they get chronic health issues down the road. But for somebody with chronic illness, and sorry to say, but you have chronic illness if you have hair loss as a woman. It's a chronic issue. If you have acne, you have chronic illness. If you have allergies, you have chronic illness. A lot of people don't even understand what it means to have chronic illness. Chronic illness is a chronic symptom that is not going away. If you have hair loss for a couple of months and it's not going away, you have chronic illness. If you have menstrual pain, just regular menstrual pain. If you have, autoimmune conditions, we know it's chronic illness, but a lot of people don't realize that this is also a chronic illness. Women should not have menstrual pain. And if you really need help with your hair loss, with your hair thinning, and your adrenal fatigue specifically, you can book a call. It's very individual. So that's why I offer everybody the opportunity to book a free call on my website. The link is in the description. You click on that link, you book your free call, and then we will call you for 20 to 30 minutes to figure out if and how I can help you. First of all, if we realize, hey, it's a good match, Theo can help you, then we will move on to a strategy call. And in that strategy call, I'm going to show you a strategy on how you can achieve your health goals. I would look at your root causes of your symptoms, would show you what we need to do exactly. And I would highly recommend you doing that, because I've been helping women, especially getting their hair back, growing that baby hair, stopping hair loss, and recovering them, getting their energy back. And you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose to book a free call. And especially work with women that are very busy, that have a busy lifestyle, professionals or business owners. So if you're one of those, make sure to book the call, and then I would be very happy to talk to you soon. So link is in the description. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel to don't miss out on any more YouTube videos in the future. And we're gonna talk very soon. Bye-bye.